Barry Williams, the beloved actor who brought the character of Greg Brady to life in the iconic 1960 sitcom The Brady Bunch, has at long last shared intimate details about the behind-the-scenes experiences of child actors on the set. At 71 years old, Williams, whose real name is Barry William Bloomberg, has become synonymous with the wholesome image of the blended Brady family that captivated audiences for generations. The show, which aired from 1969 to 1974, followed the adventures of the Brady family, parents Mike and Carol, their 6 children, and their housekeeper Alice, as they navigated everyday life with humor and heart. Williams' reflections come from his recent appearance in the CW's docuseries TV We Love, a heartfelt exploration of classic television that delves into the magic and the mundane of production life. In this docuseries, Williams doesn't hold back, offering a nuanced portrait of how the show's creators prioritized the well-being of their young stars amid the pressures of Hollywood. He specifically credits Sherwood Schwartz, the legendary producer and co-creator of The Brady Bunch, and his son Lloyd Schwartz, who served as a producer on the series, for fostering an environment that allowed the child actors to retain their innocence and joy. The focus really was on the kids and their lives, Williams recalls with a warm nostalgia in the documentary. This is, too, a part of the genius of Lloyd Schwartz and Sherwood Schwartz both. The way to keep us connected to what we were doing here was to let us be kids. These words underscore a philosophy that was revolutionary for its time, especially in an industry often criticized for exploiting young talent. To fully appreciate Williams' revelations, it's essential to understand the context of The Brady Bunch. Created by Sherwood Schwartz in response to the growing number of blended families in America during the late 1960s, the show was more than just lighthearted comedy. It was a cultural touchstone that promoted themes of unity, acceptance, and family resilience. The cast of child actors: Williams as the eldest son Greg, Christopher Knight as Peter, Mike Lookinland as Bobby, Eve Plum as Jan, Maureen McCormick as Marcia, and Susan Olsen as Cindy, were all between the ages of 11 and 14 when filming began. They weren't seasoned performers but everyday kids thrust into the spotlight, learning lines, hitting marks, and dealing with the whims of adult schedules. Williams explains that Lloyd Schwartz, who was in his mid-20s at the time, took on an unofficial role as a guardian and mentor to the young cast. I basically would look at the show from the kid's point of view and my dad would have the point of view of the adult, Williams shares, highlighting the collaborative dynamic that kept production grounded. Lloyd's approach was akin to running a summer camp rather than a rigid film set. He organized games, outings, and downtime activities to ensure the children didn't feel like mere cogs in a machine. When it was about minding the kids, I just treated it a little bit like summer camp, Lloyd admits in the docuseries. We just wanted them to be kids, which caused problems later on for me. Those problems were light-hearted ones, like impromptu water fights or explorations that occasionally delayed rehearsals, but they spoke volumes about the priority placed on childhood joy. The set itself at Paramount Studios in Hollywood was a microcosm of controlled chaos. Filming a typical episode took about a week, with long hours of setup for the elaborate living room scenes, kitchen mishaps, and backyard escapades. Williams vividly remembers the lot of waiting around that came with television production in the pre-digital era. While lighting technicians adjusted beams and camera operators fine-tuned shots, the kids were left to their own devices. We used to wander around the Paramount Studios, he says, painting a picture of adventure amid the mundane. The studio lot was a wonderland for young explorers, soundstages echoing with the ghosts of classic films, backlots mimicking New York streets or western towns, and commissaries buzzing with stars from other shows. For Williams and his co-stars, these wanderings were a form of rebellion against the scripted perfection of their on-screen lives. They'd sneak peeks at other productions, trade stories about school crushes, or simply chase each other through alleyways, forging bonds that have lasted a lifetime. This freedom wasn't accidental, it was by design. Sherwood Schwartz, drawing from his own experiences as a writer and father, believed that authentic performances stemmed from happy, unburdened children. Unlike some productions where child labor laws were bent to the breaking point, the Brady Bunch adhered strictly to regulations, limiting workdays and mandating tutors on set. Williams credits this structure with preventing burnout, a common plight for child stars of the era. He contrasts it with darker tales from other shows, where kids faced typecasting or emotional neglect. We weren't just acting, we were living, Williams reflects. The Schwartzes made sure of that. As the docuseries unfolds, Williams delves deeper into specific anecdotes that illustrate this nurturing environment. One standout memory involves a particularly grueling episode featuring a complex chase scene in the Brady backyard. With temperatures soaring in the Los Angeles summer, the kids were wilting under the lights. Rather than push through, Lloyd called a halt, turning the afternoon into an impromptu picnic with sandwiches from the commissary and games of tag. It wasn't about rushing the shot, it was about getting it right when everyone was ready, Williams says. This patience extended to emotional support as well. When pubescent awkwardness hit, voice cracks for the boys, growth spurts for the girls, the production team provided private coaches and counselors, ensuring that personal milestones didn't derail professional ones. Williams also touches on the ripple effects of this treatment into adulthood. The Brady kids grew up remarkably well-adjusted, avoiding many of the scandals that plagued contemporaries like those from Different Strokes or 8 Is Enough. Reunions over the decades, from ABC specials to cruise ship tours, have been marked by genuine affection rather than resentment. We look back with gratitude, not grudges, Williams notes. Yet he doesn't sugarcoat the challenges. The constant scrutiny from fans and media meant sacrificing normalcy. No sleepovers without security, no anonymity at malls. Still, the foundation laid on that set helped them navigate fame's pitfalls. Expanding on the genius of the Schwartzes, Williams explains how their approach influenced the show's enduring appeal. By keeping the kids authentic, the performances resonated with real families. Greg Brady wasn't a flawless teen idol. He was a relatable big brother fumbling through first loves and responsibilities. Williams' own arc, from clean-cut jock to questioning young man, mirrored the cultural shifts of the 1970s, adding depth to the sitcom formula. Lloyd saw us as more than props, he says. He saw us as the heart of the story. In TV We Love, archival footage intercuts Williams' interview with clips from the show, creating a poignant montage. We see young Greg leading his siblings in mischief, then cut to present-day Williams laughing at the memory. It's a testament to how the Brady Bunch wasn't just entertainment, it was a safe haven for its stars. Lloyd Schwartz, now in his 70s, joins the conversation.